Oh, there's something about those scratches at the beginning that are just... 5 great cities. What if that's where the vulcanation stuff isn't? 5 great cities. 5 cities in northeastern United States are known as great cities. As you study the film strip, try to learn what makes each of these cities important. Northeastern states. In the northeastern states, the 5 great cities are Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington. The northeastern states are densely populated. This is a region with many cities. As you look at the next map, notice that the 5 great cities are almost in a straight line and not very far apart. But we don't go up to Portland, Maine. Northernmost of the great cities is Boston, hub of New England commerce. New York, the world's largest metropolitan area, not anymore, stretches as far as the eye can see. Philadelphia, birthplace of the nation, is a commercial as well as an industrial city. Baltimore, a great port and steel manufacturing city, faces Chesapeake Bay. Along the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., government buildings dominate the scene. Are you noticing anything yet? Boston is a seaport with its harbor opening eastward to the Atlantic. The city serves all New England. Study the next map. Notice that highways and railroads seem to converge on Boston from all directions. I think they actually do. Freighters bring fuel and raw materials to Boston for the factories of New England. Boston factories, office buildings, and railroad yards crowd together. Boston also has many old houses, old churches, and other old buildings. Bostonians will want you to see the Common, the oldest park in the United States. We're going to New York. The Statue of Liberty is one of the most thrilling sights for newcomers to New York. Famous buildings include the United Nations left, the Empire State Center, and the Chrysler right. My, how the vision has changed. Piers jet out into the rivers and New York Bay. Skyline. Busy tugboats help as the world's largest ship, the Queen Elizabeth, docks in New York. The center of New York is Manhattan Island, 1, between Long Island, 2, and New Jersey, 3. New York City consists of 5 districts called boroughs: the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and Richmond. Metropolitan New York includes many cities surrounding New York City, even though some of the cities are in other states. Richmond, huh? What do we call that now? Richmond became Staten Island? Brooklyn Bridge and other bridges, tunnels, and ferries connect the city's 5 boroughs. The George Washington Bridge and several tunnels connect Manhattan Island with New Jersey. Most freight trains do not use bridges or tunnels. Freight cars are carried on barges. New York is surrounded by industrial cities. This oil refinery is at Bayonne, New Jersey. The Hudson River and its valley helped make New York the world's busiest port. No longer, millions of lights burn after sundown as life in the huge city goes on. We're traveling next to Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, docks, freighters, and factories line the Delaware River. Here are the Navy Yard dry docks where ships are built and repaired. City Hall marks the center of Philadelphia, the town founded by William Penn. Philadelphia has many buildings of historic interest, such as Independence Hall. I'm sorry to say we are already moving on to Baltimore. Baltimore has a roomy harbor. Docks line the river that flows into the bay. Steel mills and other factories require great quantities of raw materials and fuels. The Bethlehem steel mills on Sparrows Point have docks for importing raw materials. Railroads as well as ships are necessary to carry on the business near the harbor. What kinds of transportation equipment can you discover? Why are many kinds needed? And we are already moving on to Washington, D.C. In some ways, Washington, D.C. is the most important city of the nation. Why? The President of the United States lives and works at the White House. Or there's another one in Florida. Thousands of people work in government office buildings like these. The increasing number of government employees has expanded residential areas. From the top of the Washington Monument, the mall stretches east to the Capitol building. To the west from the monument, the mall extends to the Lincoln Memorial. The National Gallery in Washington houses one of the nation's finest art collections. This Washington monument stands as a landmark in the city of parks and public buildings. Questions for discussion. Name some important characteristics of each of the 5 great cities. Which of the cities would you prefer to visit? Why? In addition to these 5 great cities, there are scores of other cities and towns in the northern states. Can you make a list of some of the most important? Why are there so many cities in the northeastern states? I just want to acknowledge that frame 39 was courtesy of Bethlehem Steel. Remember, this film strip has been vacuumated for protection against scratches and fingerprints. Let's see if we can see where that stops.